Hey everybody, it's Joyce again. It's been 9 days since my got my extractions out, and since the last time I posted a video, there was a lot of movement and adjustments and things like that. So let me just start off by talking about I actually revealed to some people that see me on a regular basis the fact that I got my new teeth. And some of them knew, those who are like the volunteers who work with my husband and I at bingo, um, you know, they knew I was going through the process because they saw me take a huge amount of medication. They saw that it was just affecting me, and so they asked me if I was okay. And so I told them that, the extractions were going to happen and that they were excited to see me. So I didn't smile when I saw them, and then when they looked at me, I gave this big old grin, and I was like, hey, and they were so supportive and so loving. And working at a bingo, there's a lot of people who have similar situations to mine. So when some of them found out that I had gone through the process, they were like so supportive and helping, and saying, it's going to take a couple weeks before I really get, a good way of eating and being able to tear food on my own with my own teeth and things like that. So I was really hopeful with that, and although I was still dealing with some pains up here, especially since there's a lot of room at the top here, it actually digs in to my to the sides of my mouth, and kind of causes these sore spots, um, and so I mentioned it to the dentist, and he said, okay, come on in, and I actually went in today, and he shaved off a couple of spots here and there, and he's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're dealing with that. But he was like, wow, he fixed it, and today felt amazing, amazing, except for, of course, the fact that it's loose. So I have adhesive in right now, and so it's been easier to use that, and or to be able to have my dentures and to be able to say, okay, I'm comfortable about opening my mouth and everything like that. I didn't, unfortunately, get my stitches out yesterday, and because I have bone grafts been put in and membranes, and so it's still starting to heal up, and so they're going to leave the stitches in for another week. And so because of that reason, I can't get a soft reline, the terminology soft reline, getting it where it's securely fit in, and there's a lot more suction. So I'll have to deal with the teeter-tottering of my teeth for a while, but the adhesive has been helping tremendously, and was recommended poly strips, and so I just put 2 at the palate, and like kind of parallel, running on each side of the palate, and then I just stick it in there, and I haven't had really much of a problem, even though I still feel it's kind of loose. But my dentist said that I am a wonderful patient, and that he's amazed that I'm able to talk really clear, being able to, just, and I even went in this morning without adhesive in my mouth, and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm really amazed on how well you're doing. And because his biggest fear was that I wouldn't be able to adapt to what I have in my mouth and be able to speak, even to be able to sing. And speaking and singing is my career, especially to high schoolers, and so no problems there. So I am, he just says, you're a very willing patient and a very excellent patient. So that makes me really happy that that he thinks that of my situation here. And he did reassure me that the soft reline, I guess they're going to put material inside the dentures and then mold it and then clean it up and do things like that. That it's going to be 100 times better than what I have now. So yeah, so I look forward, hopefully next week on day 14, I'll have the stitches out, and then the next day I'll have the soft reline done. And yeah, I look forward to that. Eating has been okay. I've been able to cut down or chop down food and just kind of bring it down. And but since I haven't really been eating, my portions are a lot smaller, and so I have to like try to get some more food down. And so just trying to drink a lot more milk and get some protein down, so I can heal definitely with the bone grafts, and so I can have all of that ready for me when I get implants. And then when the implants are put in, my dentures now, the palate will be able to be carved out, and then it will just snap right in. Some of the biggest changes since the extraction happened is that I really noticed pretty clearly is that I have a huge sense of smell now. I can smell a lot of stuff. And I was talking to some people in my dentist's office, and they were saying it's because of what was going on in my mouth. It was basically that was what was consuming all of my senses in my nose. So interesting enough, now I smell everything, and it's kind of interesting. I did have a pretty good sense of smell, but I smell it's really, really sensitive now. So that's kind of cool, I guess you can say. But I do see that I do like a little concerned about some things that I smell in the house, so I'm all around cleaning everything. So the true test for me is going to be tomorrow when I sing at my godparents' anniversary celebration. And lucky enough, I'm not going to be like the center of everything. I'll be on the side. And yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting. But we'll see how that goes. Otherwise than that, no real updates. Just trucking along, and I hope all of you are well, and that if you are considering to do this and you're at a hopeless point like where I was, do your research. Really, really do your research and find a dentist that's really going to fit your needs. But not only that, be educated in what they're talking about, and write a lot of notes, because this is pretty overwhelming in the sense of that there's so much information and so much time. I'm just so glad it's a process, because if all of this was done all at once and I had to get everything and had to adjust so quickly, it would be really traumatic change. It was traumatic already getting 14 teeth taken out, and then having to deal with you have dentures and so on and so forth. But it's more common than you think. It really is more common than you think. A lot culturally in the Philippines, I've heard stories about when girls when they turned 18, they were so excited to even get it done, because they would have perfect teeth. And a lot of people in the Philippines do have that, because maybe they don't, I don't know, maybe it's just something, a stipulation. It's just like, I don't know, your hair color or skin color and things like that. So but my mom was even telling me about before she got married, she wanted beautiful teeth, and so she decided, her teeth were fine. They weren't rotten, nothing. She wasn't having problems with them. She just decided, okay, all the top teeth gone, and so I can have perfect teeth. And interesting enough, there are people who actually want to have dentures because they just want the perfect teeth. But for those of you who are just suffering through a lot of tooth pain and things like that, do your research. Do your research. Ask a lot of questions. Find the right dentist. Find a dentist that cares for you, and be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Because it took me 2 years to really come to terms with this. Once I decided to do it, it took me another couple months to do it, and even till the day that I was going to do it, I was just like, okay, reassure me again, that this is going to be the right decision. And it is. It really is. And I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. I just can't wait to see what it's going to turn into, and look back on this and say, okay, this is where it's going to, how it's going to be. So ultimately, it's your decision. So, but think about it and pray about it. Weigh out the costs and so on and so forth. But there's a lot of people online who are talking about it. So do your research and take care of your teeth. If you haven't taken care of your teeth, take care of them now, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on around this. And but yeah, well, I'll post next time. It's getting really late, and I hope everything's well. God bless all of you, and we'll take care. Bye bye.